Constitutional Article Prevention of Sexual Harassment PoSH Act 2013, a powerful tool to prevent sexual harassment of women at workplace. The continuous increase in cases of sexual harassment of women at workplace in India is a matter of concern. In this context, in a recent decision, the Supreme Court has passed the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act, expressed concern over the implementation of the PoSH Act 2013. The court highlighted the shortcomings and uncertainties related to the act. Due to shortcomings in the law and insecurity, many working women are forced to leave their jobs. Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act PoSH. In 1992, Banwari Devi, a social worker associated with the Rajasthan government as Women Development Project, was gang raped by 5 men after she intervened to stop the marriage of a 1-year-old girl. Following this incident, several activist groups filed a suit in the Supreme Court regarding this incident, which led to the Supreme Court noting the absence of a specific law addressing sexual harassment at workplaces and maintaining the fundamental human right of gender equality, recognized the need for an effective mechanism for. As a result, in 1997, the Supreme Court issued guidelines known as the Vishaka Guidelines, which aim to ensure women a safety at all workplaces. These Vishaka Guidelines issued by the Supreme Court are legally binding and enforceable, were considered unenforceable until a comprehensive law on the matter was enacted. Provisions of PoSH Act. While hearing the Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan case, the Supreme Court acknowledged the absence of a law protecting women against sexual harassment at workplaces and issued Vishaka Guidelines. In the year 1997, released a guide of guidelines titled, in 2007, The Protection of Women from Sexual Harassment Workplace Bill was introduced by the then Minister of Women and Child Development, which was amended several times, and finally in December 2013 it was amended as Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act, or passed as PoSH Act. Sexual harassment as per the PoSH Act includes physical contact and sexual advances, demands or requests for sexual intercourse, making sexually suggestive comments, showing pornography, and any other unwanted physical, verbal or non-verbal conduct of a sexual nature. Under the Act, all women employees, irrespective of their type of employment, i.e., regular, temporary, contractual, ad hoc or daily wage employee, can seek redressal of sexual harassment at the workplace. The law also applies to all public and private sector organizations throughout India. The PoSH Act mandates that employers with more than 10 employees must set up an internal complaints committee to approach female employees to lodge formal sexual harassment complaints. Composition of internal complaints committee. It usually consists of 4 members. A woman will be the president in this. This staff will consist of 2 members. There will also be a third-party member such as an NGO worker with 5 years of experience and familiar with the challenges of sexual harassment. At least half of the total members will be women. The PoSH Act also requires setting up of a local complaints committee (LICI) in each district of the country to receive complaints from firms with less than 10 employees and women employed in the informal sector, domestic workers, social workers, etc. The district officer should designate a nodal officer in each block, taluka and tehsil in rural or tribal area, and ward or municipality in urban area to receive the complaint and forward it to the committee within 7 days. Challenges associated with female workforce participation. Sexual harassment at the workplace has emerged in recent years as one of the most pressing issues affecting women across the world. Nearly 31,000 complaints of crimes against women are expected to be received by the National Commission for Women (NIA). In the year 2022 were received, which marks the highest number since 2014. About 545 of these complaints were received from Uttar Pradesh. Delhi recorded 3 for complaints, followed by Maharashtra 1, 381, Bihar 1, 368, Haryana 1, 362. Gender discrimination. Women often face discrimination in the workplace, be it recruitment, pay, promotions or opportunities. Lack of diversity. Organizations with limited diversity may lack understanding and empathy for women as experiences in the workplace. Inadequate support for working mothers. Women involved in child rearing often face significant challenges in balancing work and family responsibilities. Occupational segregation. Women are often concentrated in low-wage and traditionally female-dominated sectors, while men are more likely to work in higher wage industries and occupations. Major obstacles in implementation of PoSH Act. The Supreme Court has identified shortcomings in the establishment of the Internal Complaints Committee Act. The Supreme Court cited a newspaper report according to which 16 out of 30 national sports associations in the country have not established an Internal Complaints Committee Act till date. The court also noted shortcomings in cases where the Internal Complaints Committee Act was established, pointing to inadequate member representation or the mandatory absence of external members. However, these issues are not the only concerns related to the implementation of the PoSH Act. Lack of clarity regarding accountability is a major concern. The Act does not clearly specify who is responsible for ensuring workplace compliance or who can be held liable for non-compliance with the provisions of the Act. Another challenge is the limited access to law for women working in the informal sector. Additionally, experts have observed significant underreporting of cases of sexual harassment in workplaces due to various factors. The law aims to address this issue by providing a mechanism within civil institutions' workplaces in place of complete reliance on the criminal justice system. However, inefficient functioning of inquiries and lack of clarity in the law have inadvertently created additional barriers to access similar to those faced in the justice system. Additionally, there is a lack of power within organizations when it comes to filing complaints. Fear of mobility and professional implications create significant barriers for women.